Fellas, this is CJ17 Invader with Syndicate Tanking, and today I'm signing on with the T110e5. Well, first and foremost, I want to apologize for not having released any videos lately. I've been really busy with school and some other things that came up, but this has been on my mind, and I've been thinking I need to release a really good video for y'all, and that is what I've done here. So, I'm going to demonstrate this tank's weaknesses, strengths, what makes it unique, and some gameplay as usual. This tank is very interesting. It's a jack of all trades. It doesn't have one thing that it does super well. It does everything fairly well. Good armor, good gun, great maneuverability. And let's see. Let's take a look at that armor, actually. 254 millimeters in the front. That upper plate is very, very strong. 76 in the sides. Meh, nothing special. Rear, 38. That's an HE target for basically everything. But that's every American tank in the game has that. So it's not unique to this tank. It's just a fact of life. When you play Americans, you have a weak rear. But looking at the shape of that armor, that is an elliptical front hull. It is rounded, and it's shaped kind of like a clamshell. This upper part right here, very, very strong. Doesn't get pinned ever by anything. That lower part, though, that's the same size as your upper plate, very, very weak. Nothing bounces off of that if it hits. So what that tells us is we have to cover the lower plate when we are in combat, especially at close range. At long range, it's a much smaller target, harder to hit. Then we look at the turret armor. 203 millimeters in the front. Excellent, excellent armor. 127 in the sides. Again, it's side armor of a turret. Side armor of a turret is not always very reliable, but it can come in handy, believe me. 70 millimeters in the rear. Well, it's not a lot, but it's better than 38 on your hull, right? Overall, very, very strong turret. Very, very small turret. And it has excellent gun depression. There's a nice gap there between the gun and the hull, meaning that gun can go down a long ways. So, good gun depression, weak lower plate, strong upper plate, strong turret. What does that tell us? That tells us we've got a hill fighter here, ladies and gentlemen. And I will demonstrate that for you multiple times in the upcoming gameplay. So it's a very, very strong hill fighter. It's also very decent at side scraping. The 76 millimeters of armor, if you angle it about like that, nothing's going to pin as long as you keep your front covered. Now let's take a look at that gun. 3 to 500 damage. Lowest alpha for a heavy at tier 10. Except for the auto loaders, but that's not a problem because it's got excellent rate of fire, 6.34 rounds a minute. That puts us at about 9.5 seconds on the load time. That can even go down to 8.9 if you're at low hit points and you have crew skills. 312 millimeters of penetration is phenomenal, and that combined with the 3.1 second aim time and the 0.331 dispersion at 100 meters. That makes for a very, very accurate and very, very lethal gun that can hit you over and over and over again in a very short period of time. That'll also be demonstrated in one of the upcoming videos. Now let's take a look at the maneuverability. 53 tons, average weight for a heavy, 37 kilometers an hour. Now, I know I said this tank is very maneuverable, and I'm not lying to you, but that doesn't mean it's fast. You take a look at the IS-7, the new Chinese tank that'll be coming out soon. They're going to go 50 kilometers an hour. that's a fast heavy. But what those heavies don't have that this tank very much has is traverse speed. Look at that, 32 degrees a second on that traverse. That's just crazy. It can just outturn everything. It can outturn any heavy in this game. And that makes it very, very maneuverable. So, decent speed, great traverse. You have a quick tank. Not a fast tank, but a quick tank. And now let's talk about some weaknesses. So, like I said, this tank does everything well. There's nothing that it does super well, nothing that it doesn't do well. But that also means it doesn't excel at anything. So, it has the low alpha, right? You see a tank that has 500-600 hit points. You're not going to kill it with one shot like an E100 would. But you can put in 2 rounds in a fairly short amount of time, and you're golden. You know, it's a jack of all trades. It's a heavium. It's not a true heavy. It's not meant to be brawled at close range. It's kind of a you get back, peek out, fire, back up. Kind of almost peek-a-boom without the boom. It's a peek-a-boom. It's a peek-a-boom tank. And I guess I can explain that better with some gameplay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this into game for you. Alright, fellas, let's take a look at what we've got going here. We've got, looks like a decent match, a bunch of 183s, but that's tier 10 everywhere at the moment. So let's see what we've got going. Alright, this is a great map for this tank. Negative. Do not take the right side of this map. That's a very bad decision, always. It's just that you get trapped over there and then there's nothing you can do. So what I'm going to do, since this tank is mostly a hill fighter because of that nice lower plate, is I'm going to push up right here. Use my gun depression and my armor. See, that hill is going to completely cover my lower plate and most of my upper plate, actually. It's just my turret sticking over. Look at that gun depression. On a heavy at tier 10, that's insane. Nice and accurate. Anything in that bush is going to get nuked. Huh. Looks like they went the other way. So I'm not going to go anywhere, really. I'm just going to kind of push up on here, see what I can see what I can't see. So Leo down there. I'm spotted. Oh, God. Why? Yeah, you are a butt, aren't you? Okay, so that spot isn't working out. We have to flank. How are you gonna flank somebody who's pinned themselves down in a town? That just I don't think people even know what that word means anymore. I think they just say it to make themselves like sound smarter. Like, you can't flank a team that's completely stationary. They're not really going anywhere. They're just existing. Whatever. We'll flank. Well, that guy just got deleted. Alright. Turning this corner. Probably gonna get nuked again. Yep, there's our friend, the 183, sitting over there. Oh. Well, he's taking it. Nice shot on the 183. Gonna push up a little bit more, because there's a nice spot right here where I am absolutely protected. Unless I rotate my turret too much and that 183 sees me. 183 stressed me out. Oh, there he is. There's a kill. We'll just stay down on this guy. Aim for his track. Oh, God. Alright. Here comes a Leo. I'm gonna kill this other 183 real fast. Alright, well, this is a nice match. Much better than the last one. Alright. Look at this T110e5 over here. I bet I can hit that hatch. Nope. That's why I carry heat, because even though it does have phenomenal pin, there are just some tanks that don't get shot. Ever. deal with this Leo. He's a legend. Alright. Moving on. Never mind, he's dead too. Good game. That shows you kind of how to hill fight with this thing, because you just use the slope of the hill to protect your lower plate. And in other matches, you'll get a lot better shots than that one. We'll do another one to show you what's going on here. But if you can cover that lower plate, then you're going to get pinned 90% less. And that's guaranteed, because it's hard to hit a tank that has no weak spots in the front. Okay, another good map. This I can demonstrate its side scraping ability. Hopefully, with any luck. Oh, I forgot to take a look at the clans. Nobody I recognize. What is the team doing? Okay. Well, I'm pushing up in this far left side, because what I can do here is just use the shape of the buildings to protect myself. Stick my side out a little bit, nothing crazy. There's a medium spot on the other side. God, I love this gun's accuracy. Look at that. It's probably the most accurate gun in tier 10 you're going to find. Okay, so the enemy team has put themselves in a position to get surrounded. Unfortunately, there's no real hills on this side of the map that I can utilize. But what the map doesn't have in hills, it has in buildings. And as we all know, buildings are the friend of a heavy tank. Not looking where I was driving. Don't recommend that, especially on the highway. I'm gonna push around, try to get some shots in right here. What do we got? Is this guy sitting right here? He's not even looking. Is he AFK? No. I'm gonna back up because they're gonna start coming this way. That's his engine. Good job. Alright, we're gonna look onto the Z100 over here. Look at that. Great pin. I can just shoot straight through those side skirts, and that's really nice. Especially in tanks like the Panzer E100, which has a very good armor profile. That's a nice high roll. 567. That was a max roll with the new cruise skill that I very much enjoy. But I also lit him on fire. Look at that accuracy. I mean, I'm just pointing and clicking, and it's doing me some good. Let's see. If I use heat, I could pin him on the upper mallet, but I'm not going to bother at the moment. I'm just going to focus on whatever comes around this corner. This tank is excellent for sniping, too. That's another very strong tactic you can use in this thing. Look at that. Turret gone. That's unfortunate for a T57. He has the same gun I do with 3 shells. But I think he's slightly less accurate than I am. Alright, we're going to go ahead and help our teammates out over here on the left with the Z100. Though I doubt he'll even still be alive by the time I get over there. Yeah, he's getting himself pretty much erased at this point. That Leo's going to kick his butt. Another good game. Don't even have to take damage in it. Alright, I'm going to show you one more. Hopefully I can get another map where I can show you what to do on the medium side. Because this tank does excel at fighting mediums. I'm going to try to get a couple matches where I can demonstrate all the soft stats for you. Don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see. This tank I very much enjoy. It's just... you're very comfortable in it, if that makes any sense. It plays a lot like every other tank in the game. And that makes a lot of sense because it's a jack of all trades. It's like every other tank in the game. You are going to have matches where you get surrounded and there's nothing you can do. But this tank can comfortably fight 2 tanks at once. Not at close range. It's much better at long range because of its accuracy and penetration. But if you get into a face-hugging match with an E100, it's not the end of the world because you have the pin to deal with the E100. And the E100 is going to have a lot of trouble because you have very few weak spots. The only weak spot you have is that little hatch, and that's very hard to hit with an E100's gun. I'm going to go ahead and say right because we have all tank destroyers and heavies. And that's just what happens on this map, is the heavies and the tank destroyers go to this side. You have to stop them or you're going to get pounded no matter what you do. Their team's composition is very similar to ours. They have an extra heavy. We have extra tank destroyers. So I'm going to push up on this nice little spot right here in this bush where I can cover my lower plate with the hill. Just sit here, look around. Oh, lovely. That was a snapshot on the move. And I still hit him. Ooh. I like this armor very much because of that. What was that? Ugh. Nothing fun. I'm gonna make a nice retreat there. Something just tried to HE me. Must have been a grill. I don't know what else would be shooting HE other than a tier 10 15 centimeter. Gonna use this hill now to cover me. Yep, I was right. It was the grill. Oh, that was close. He saw that shot too, and he knows that was close to him. Oh, he just got erased from history. Alright. Well, it doesn't look like anybody went over to this side over here. So, I'm going to go try to take out that grill. Oh, good lord. Why? Oh, that was lucky on my part. Alright. Loading HE to deal with this grill. Fortunately, there is a hill here that I can use to my advantage. Ugh! That was a horrible shot. And we are just going to push right up here, wait for the grill to get impatient. Hopefully this HE shell will roll high and do its job. I'm going to take up a slightly stronger position, push down a little lower, and we are going to play the waiting game. I'm very bad at the waiting game. There he is. Smack! Yes, sir! That is what I very much like about this game. This tank. The grill doesn't like this game very much, apparently. And that puts us in a better position to do some serious damage here to their tank destroyer. And yet again, guarantee us a nice little victory. Just putting in shots over and over and over again. That 121B has finally noticed my presence. Nice. By the time he gets over here, I'm going to be able to put another shot in and kill him. Die. Excellent. That shows exactly what I wanted to show with this tank. It shows the gun depression, how to utilize your armor, your gun. It shows the DPM, just the sheer damage output you can do in a very short amount of time. The penetration. The HE shell did excellent there with the 503 on the grill. Upset him a lot, I'm sure. But yeah, so that is the T110e5. If you guys have any more questions about this tank, please hit me up because I'm sure I can answer it. If there's anything I didn't cover in the video that you'd like me to cover, let me know. That is CJ17 Invader signing out.